All right, guys, what's up? Today is day 179, I think, of grinding until I become a millionaire. Daily check-in videos of what I'm doing on my journey, just trying to become a millionaire. Guys, shit is getting crazy. To me, it's getting crazy. I don't know about to you guys, but to me, it's getting crazy. And so, each day we're just going to talk about what's going on, what I'm working on. And I want to get a little more involved with you guys, answer your questions. I know there's been some questions coming up from questions coming up here and there. And I want to be able to, build more of a relationship. Okay, so day 179 officially. I wasn't sure. I had to double check, but okay, so we'll just start with where I'm at currently. I serve at Olive Garden, very part-time. I just went down to one shift a week. Maybe I'll keep two, I don't know, one or two shifts. Like during the weekends, probably good to do Saturday, Sunday night. And from that, I guess I'll make guess I could make $2,000 a month still. So if I do, I mean, close to it, maybe 1,500 to 2,000 from serving at that. Before I was making around 4,000, but I was working a lot more. Now I've cut back quite a bit to releasing like all my shifts, and now just one weekend shift, maybe two, depending on how it goes. But anyway, so that's cut down a lot. I have a YouTube channel and a website. I do affiliate marketing. That makes me 1,000 to 1,500 a month. It's very passive, which is super cool. So I think like this month I probably made 500 altogether from my two monetized YouTube channels. Not this one. I have a different one. So 383 on that one and 159 on that one. So what would that be? A little over 500. And then from affiliate sales, I probably made about 900. So whatever that is, 14 from affiliate marketing. And that's a good gig to get into if you guys want passive income. Because like I said, I post on this channel now. I don't post on those other ones, and they're still making me money, which is bizarre. But it took me years to build them up, so it's not a super easy thing. Then the other thing I do is I do social media for local businesses here in the area. I started this about 3 months ago, 4 months ago. The idea was kind of started acting on it, and I found a few clients. I said, hey, I'm just starting. What's your budget? And they said this, and I said, okay. And so the rest is history. Got a couple clients like that, added another one at a higher ticket, added another one at a higher ticket, added another one at the normal ticket, and now I'm bumping my prices up. And there's a lot I want to unpack today because it's just been a very solid day for me. I feel like I've got a lot of shit going on in my head, a lot of shit to work through, and today was great. Okay, so that's where I'm at currently. What I'm working on is building out the social media stuff in a way that is scalable, that can eventually buy back my time. And that's like been the end goal with it. And I was very hesitant to do something like this because I'm directly trading my time for money. And I'm very against that, right? Like I love building a YouTube channel or a website that is making me money without putting any time into it. You put a shit ton of time into it up front, but then you get your time back, right? And doing something like this, I was like, damn, I'm going to be planning, filming, editing all this content. This is going to be overwhelming. Like, I can't do it. And it's crazy because where I'm at now with it, a lot's changed. And the ideas have changed due to, like, a lot of good people giving me advice. But anyway, the things that I'm working on, I don't even know why I got on that tangent, but the things that I'm working on are growing that in a scalable way. And that is my main focus. Like in the last few months, I've gone from like 1K to 2K to 7K. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy. And then I've been doing like one-off projects like websites and filming some weddings and stuff like that on top of it. Like I'm going to have a 10K month this month. And that's insane to me. I've never made that much money in a month in my life. And it's not a ton of money, but for me, going from like a few thousand and like struggling to that is pretty cool. But something cool happened today, guys. And let me show you what happened. Let me find it. Hold on, I got a cool picture to show you. and you guys will be proud of me because it's something that we mentioned a few episodes ago. Can you see it? Hello, focus on the damn phone. A Tesla. I didn't buy it. I leased it. I'm gonna lease it. I don't agree with, and I think I talked about this yesterday, but it got approved like really quickly. I just put in how much I'm making, how much I'm spending on rent, and then like approved. Now, it's a little more expensive than I wanted to. Like the cheapest one to lease should have been around like $400, maybe five, and now it's like this one's gonna cost me over five. But I did 15,000 mile terms instead of 10,000 mile because I drive a lot. I feel like that's about how much I drive. I probably drive more than that, but anyway. I was sitting at the dog park. I replied to all the messages I needed to reply to, and I was like, fuck it. I'm going to apply. I'm going to see if I get approved, like whatever. We're just going to send it because my fucking car not having AC is driving me crazy. So I just spent like $600-700 fixing the car for the radiator, got it going. AC doesn't work. Brakes are every time I stop, and I'm like, bruh, this is so awkward. Pulling up to meetings with these business owners, like one of them at this one, I guess, does $12 million a year. Crazy. I can't look like that, you know? Shit. So anyway, I pull up. Car's all fucked up. My back's sweaty because there's no AC. It's 103 degrees. So anyway, I was like, look, I need a Tesla. And leasing still makes the most sense, even though it's like didn't have to put very much down just to do it. And it's a good deal. I think it's a good deal because in 3 years, I feel like a Tesla is very outdated anyway. There's a lot of new features. There's a lot of new tech with the batteries and all that shit. And maybe a Tesla is going to suck in 3 years. You've got Rivian, you got Lucid, you got all these other companies doing it. So it's like, I don't want to buy something, and by the time you pay it off in 60 months, it's not fucking worth anything anyway. But whatever. Okay, anyway, good news, lease the Tesla. Tesla lease approved. I'm going to pick it up on Tuesday. My brand new leased Tesla. Yeah, I'm hyped, dude. The seat cools you. The air conditioner works. I can auto drive, and I can like respond to people while I'm driving. I can talk on the phone. You can hear it. The BMW was a 2011, so like you can do Bluetooth on it, but it was clunky and the calls were shit. And then I had to plug it in every time I wanted to play music. And this is going to be crazy. I'm so happy. And yeah, wow. Anyway, tripping out about it still. So that was that. That was a good part of the day. A really good part of the day is that somebody I met. So this is kind of be the topic. I'll probably ramble about it for a while and then we'll just wrap it up. But I met someone at a networking event multiple months ago, and he does business coaching, and really cool dude. Like, he has a good story, he has a good mission. He's just super cool. Like, I look up to him, definitely look up to him. And like I mentioned yesterday, how my pitch has kind of gotten better, right? Plan, film, edit content, save you time, blah, blah, blah. The way I pitch it is getting dialed in. And so he was one of the people that said, hey, I'm looking at content and doing it more localized. Like, let's send me over some info. Let's get on the phone, and then we'll talk next week. And I was like, okay. And so, I mean, I don't really know where he's at financially and everything, but I'm like, I mean, if he wants content, we can make some content. So I finally called him, told him what I do, sent him some more info, da-da-da-da-da. And then today I ran into him again. And part of me is like, I would work for him for free just for coaching, right? Like, if he works with $10 million businesses, I want coaching. I want to know what he knows, you know? I want to, like, I will give away free content for that. I will do whatever to get me to that next level. But anyway, we were there, and I was like, all right, help me. Like, just give me all the advice. Help me. What do I need? And so we talked for like, I don't know, half an hour, and he gave me so much good advice. It was crazy. To me, it was crazy. And I just needed someone like that to tell me. And so I'm going to be changing around a lot of things. I've got a lot of homework that he gave me. And we didn't even talk about content per se, but what I got from it is, one of the big takeaways is that I don't value myself enough. I don't value what I do enough. And there's a number of reasons for that. Like I told him, I was like, well, like my family probably only made 40, 50K a year when I was growing up. And so to me, it just feels crazy asking for 10,000. $1,000 a month to me is stupid money. To me, it's so much money. And this has been a theme over the last week. It's like, that's crazy, right? And he's like, you should be making in a month what your parents made in a year. And I'm like, damn, that would be crazy. And that's only 500,000. Like that's not that. That's a lot. We're close to 1 million there. But he's like, the only difference between it is like up here. He's like, that's the difference. And so essentially what he told me was that I'm not charging enough, right? And so I got the vibe he didn't even take me seriously because I wasn't charging enough. He's like, I have people in my DMs pitching me $5,000 a month, $6,000 a month for less than what you're offering. He's like, they don't fucking do shit. And I'm like, yes, okay. Like, yeah, sure. So I just kind of got a good lecture. Good, man, it was so eye-opening and helpful to do that and get that feedback. And so he's like, figure out what the people that are where you want to be are charging and put yourself there. Don't figure out where the people that are where you're at are charging. You don't want to be in there with them. You don't want to do that. You want to be up here. You want to be striving to get here. And I'm like, okay. So the homework today is to find what other people are charging. I can't really find anything. Like, I mean, I found a couple, and this one company's like, we post 4 reels a month for 2,700 and I'm like, what the hell? Actually, I think it was like 3,700 for 4 reels a month and like a bunch of I don't know. They'd help with ads and shit like that. So I'm trying to stack my stuff and figure out how I can offer something that's actually beneficial for the business, how I can offer like a no risk type deal and just start crushing it like shit. Okay. For in my head, I was so hyped doing that client at 3,000 and that's with YouTube. That's with a podcast and YouTube and so much stuff like my work going into that. It's going to be a lot compared to if I can get clients for just doing reels for 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, that'd be insane. And the thing with that is I can deliver them just crazy results for that price because I can have a really good editor put out banger content, right? I'm not going to go cheap on editors if I'm making that kind of money and the client has this level of expectation. There's just a lot to do with that. And so I'm figuring out exactly what they want. I'm going to start changing things around. The cool thing is like, I'm good as long as I don't lose any clients where I'm at. I'm good. I've got my expenses are covered. I've got money going aside. I can pay for the Tesla. I can pay for my current car payment of my fucked up BMW. Like I'll be okay where I'm at currently. And so like there's about 3 people in the pipeline that are interested that I have some meetings with, and we'll see if they actually sign up or not at that 1,000 price point. But so I mean, shit, if I get 3 more, like that's crazy. But then bump up the prices. So what I'm getting at is I can chill and sit back and kind of hold out at that higher price point just to see if anyone bites and start to build the value side of the business, which is the podcast, which is the listings, which is all of the other side, the coaching program, like all of that I can build out, and I've got that baseline now. So as long as I can make sure everyone's managed, everyone's happy, I don't have to scramble around all the time. So that was a super eye-opening conversation, and I think he was absolutely right about, I mean, I value myself for sure, but obviously not enough. Like, if he was expecting to spend $4,000 to $5,000 a month, and then I pitch him at 1,000, he's like, and I asked him, I was like, did me like having such low prices, did that make me seem like less credible? And he's like, absolutely. And I'm like, that's good to know. Because, if you're expecting to spend 5,000 on something because you've been pitched that before, because that's what industry standard, that's what you're used to, is that, and somebody's doesn't pitch that, you're like, and that's exactly what he said. He's like, well, like, does this guy suck? He's like, you don't suck. I've seen your content. It's good. You know what you're doing. It's good. And I was like, okay, so I just need to charge more? Like, what the hell? And he's like, you're fishing in the wrong pond. And that's a good way to put it, right? If I'm trying to sell more premium social media services to business owners, the small businesses at the farmers market aren't my target audience. Now, I still want to have options to help them, but I want to make money for sure. And me making money helps them. I can go to the farmers market and buy whatever I want, you know? Anyway, that was eye opening. So I'm like, okay, well, where are they at? And he's like, they're right here. And I'm like, okay, shit. So anyway, that was like the key takeaway today. So much value from that. There was one more thing we talked about in a networking meeting on Thursday was like team and relationships with our team and relationships with other people. I don't really have a team. I have one editor that kicks ass. And I never talked to the dude. So anyway, we hopped on a Zoom call today. I got to talk to him. I got to learn a little bit more about what's helpful for him, what's not helpful, how we can work together more, and talked about him building a team. I was like, hey, I'm going to have a lot of content coming your way. If you want to build out a team, that would be super helpful. Just tell me what you need. And he asked for more money, and I'm happy to give it to him, you know? I think that, I mean, shit, that would be good if he's just managing a few other editors, as long as the quality is the same. And I really got to stress that. Like, he's a good editor, and he's in college. Kid is making, I was like, are you making pretty good money doing this? He's like, I'm making, what I'm making right now is what my college colleagues would make after graduating and working a job for 2 years. And I'm like, okay, so it must be good. Like, you know, he's like, so I'm pretty far ahead of them, and they ask me a lot of questions, and I'm like, good, you know, good, dude. I'm happy for that. So I want to send him extra money, and I want to get to where he's making more money. If I up my prices, he can make more money. He can run a team. He can build an agency. I don't fucking care, as long as he's editing my videos, do whatever he wants. And I want to help with that. He's like, he's on my team. He's helped me get to where I got going. So it's like, shit, he's just as much as a team as I am. So anyway, those are the things that's going on. A lot's changing, lots moving around. And as long as everything stays how it should be, and if it keeps growing at this rate, it's going to be kind of crazy. I doubt it will, but everything's a baseline. You know, as long as I don't overpromise, underdeliver, everything is just set where it's at. So, yeah. Key takeaway, make sure you value yourself. Make sure you know your worth. And maybe I should have price shopped a little bit before I got going. But anyway. Goals, pay off my debt. Buy a Tesla has been on my goal list forever. I didn't actually buy it, but I'm checking it off the goal list. It's been on there forever. I gotta tell Carly. Anyway, just a lot moving along, and I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, watching all these videos, watching me babble for a while. I hope you get some kind of value out of it. But yeah, we'll see you tomorrow for day 180.